What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good? What's good? Guess it's on me. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Y'all see live and in living color. It's the blue takeover of the blurred AF. That would have seemed like, huh? What's good, man? What's good? Waiting on the gang to get in. I don't know if Dre gonna show up. I know he said he might have to work. You know what I mean? But I'm here though. Mika should be coming through, hopefully. Hopefully she should be coming through. What's good? What's cracking? What is cracking? Who in the building? Junior, what up? What is up? Hey, what my mic sound like, man? I've been having mic issues. You know what happened last week. Got a little crazy up here with the mic. Had to leave, come back. What's up? How my mic sounding? I'm sounding good today. Sounding good. Wavy in the building. What up, Wavy? Hey, Wavy got a movie. Wavy in the movie, man. Salute to him. Y'all go check out the homie Wavy. If you can, Wavy, put that link up in the chat, man, so they can go check you out. Torin, what's good? What is good? What is good? Lawrence in the building. What up, Lawrence? What up? What up? X-Man Xavier Phoenix in the building. Mentagasm Tina's in the building. Yeah. Q was in the building. What up? Lawrence said, I think Dre was partying too much because of the win. Could be, man. Could be. Nah. The homie said he had to work. Homie said he probably had to work. And I'm just getting back from the gym. Who else up in this joint? Q said I'm crisp. That's good, man. About time. I don't know why I've been having these damn mic issues. It's crazy. They come and go, man. It could be my bum ass computer, man. But yeah, today on the docket, man, we're talking the Oscars, cuz. We're talking about the Oscars, 2026 Oscars, the winners and the losers, the best and the worst moments of the Oscars. And I want to personally break down why Sinners did not win. Why it didn't win, and why a movie like that had everything against it for it to not win, right? So without further ado, let's push this damn button. Where my button at, man? Where is my damn button? Like, seriously, where my button at?
What does this button do?
Yeah. Salute to everybody in here, man. Salute to everybody in here. We still got people coming in. That's what's up. So the Oscars was last night. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't watch it. I didn't watch it. So, I watched the clips and things of that nature, man. Last night I was actually working on the wife's car, so I didn't really get the opportunity to watch it. I know a lot of people live streamed it. And you got to watch it with people. I want everybody in this chat. I'm gonna shout out Pam. I don't know if she's in the chat right now. Y'all go follow @Pam Entertainment. You know what I mean? Because she live streamed it last night, and she did a real dope job live streaming. I was watching her. I didn't watch the actual Oscars, but I was watching her. But y'all go watch. Go subscribe to Pam Entertainment over there, man. She does a pretty good job at the stuff. Not pretty good. She does a damn good job at the stuff that she does over there, man. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all have not had the opportunity, please go over there, subscribe to Cinematic Nightmares. Also, she got stuff in the works right now. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Dre. I know right now, I think I ain't gonna promote them, but Chill Them. I know Chill Them is streaming right now. They want to try to sneak a day. Want to come Monday and do some streaming, but we here live. Let's get into the Oscars, man. This solo show is crazy, man. I want my squad with me. Where my squad at, man? This solo show crazy. But nah, the Oscars. So the big whoop. Well, let's go through the winners first. Not Red Minotti. That's crazy. Let's go through the winners and everything. I think because I know we had the I Lied to You performance, and that was real clean. I went back and watched that. That was dope. I like that they did all of that. I think that's bringing something like that to because we don't normally get a performance like that in the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? So to have that I Lied to You performance, which is from the Sinners movie, and to show that culture on stage, on a big stage like that on the Oscars, is dope, man. It was co-written by Raphael Sadiq, Shabuzi, Brittany Howard, ballet legend, what was her name? Misty Copeland. She came out of retirement. She had a hip replacement. You know what I mean? I want to say like 4 months prior, and she still came out and, you know, kind of stole the show, being a ballerina. You know what I'm saying? Miles Kenton came out, did his thing, grooving. It was dope. That was a dope thing. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I think who else was out there? Because I'm just looking at all the things right now. Sinners got Best Original Screenplay, and I think that win is deserved. You know what I'm saying? I would say Best Original Screenplay is a deserved win. Everybody was trying to say, oh, Sinners is just, what was it? From Dusk Till Dawn. I'm like, if you watch Sinners and you watch To Dusk Till Dawn, are there similarities? Yeah. But are they like blatant, like knockoff or this is the same movie? If you saw this, you saw it. It's not the same movie whatsoever. The majority of the similarities is vampires. You know what I mean? Like, that is not the same movie whatsoever. I just watched Dusk Till Dawn a couple months ago, and that is not the same at all whatsoever. Nothing about Dusk Till Dawn and Sinners parallel each other. It's just not the same. You know what I mean? I don't even know why people were saying that, but I do think Ryan Coogler winning, the homie from the Bay winning original screenplay is well deserved. It was dope for Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. to present that to him. I thought that was a real dope. You know what I mean? For him to do, Robert, because you got to think, Ryan Coogler coming from where he came from and how he started Fruitvale Station, taking over the Rocky franchise, turned it into the Creed franchise. You know what I'm saying? Making that stepping stone. Even I think it would have been dope if it would have been Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and Sylvester Stallone to present him that award. I think that would have been a dope, real passing of the torch, for real. But it's just well deserved to go from Fruitvale Station, right? From Fruitvale Station to Best Original Screenplay for Sinners. Something that was it wasn't a huge budget. You know what I'm saying? He fought for this. Studios probably looked at him weird. They probably didn't really put too much stock into Sinners, and for Sinners to be what it ended up being, you can't do nothing but salute that brother, man. And I know I give him a lot of flack. I give him a lot of shit for you know what? I'm tripping. I know I give him a lot of flack for the Black Panther franchise. You know, I give him a lot of flack for that. But that's just me being critical of dopeness. When you dope, I think we should, because, you know, I'm gonna keep pushing you. When you dope, I want to push you and elevate you as much as possible. If I'm the one to keep pushing, if I'm gonna be critical, because I'm gonna give you your flowers. I am gonna give you your flowers, but that does not mean that these flowers come without critique. You know what I mean? They come with critique. But I do think this is dope, man, and well deserved of it. So, you know, Best Original Screenplay. They also did a tribute to the people we lost. It was Rob Reiner, Catherine O'Hara, Robert Redford, Diane Keaton were some of the people. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. They, you know what I'm saying? They do that every year, I want to say. Was Dre in the chat? Dre, what up? Dre said, what's up, chat? I'm at work. Make sure y'all get them likes up. Get them likes up, man. Y'all listen to Dre, get them likes up. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. What else happened? Because like I said, I just watched clips. I just watched the clips. What up, Tony? Tony, where you been hiding at, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute. Because some, the Oscars, I'm gonna tell you this. The Oscars is a little bit, let's pivot a little bit away from this. For me, the Oscars is peak of the peak, right? It's well revered. I saw somebody on YouTube earlier saying, why do we even worry about the Oscars? And that person saying that, it made me really think about like award shows. And I think it's like we have this talk every year about award shows. We have this talk every year about award shows. Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I agree. It's like I 1000% agree. But then at the same time, as a competitor and growing up the way that I grew up, competing and wanting to be the best of the best with my peers, you know what I'm saying? Because once you get to a certain level, I hate to say it, and I know that this is going to sound kind of ass backwards, but once you are on a certain level of when you're competing, you want to look to your left and to your right and say, man, my shit's better than yours and my shit's better than yours, right? What better way to say my shit is better than yours than on a big stage like the Oscars? Because the person was like, hey, what about the Essence Fest, the Essence Music Award, BET, you know what I'm saying? We do have award shows, right? And ain't nothing wrong with those award shows, but those awards, like the BET Awards, you know what I'm saying? BET Awards. What? And I want y'all in the chat to help me out. What other movies could you put? What would Sinners compete with at the BET Awards? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would Sinners compete with at the BET Awards? What would one? Because I was even saying this earlier to my homeboy at work. Sinners is a black movie, right? I want to say that One Battle After Another is somewhat of it's like a black movie also. I know we look at One Battle After Another because it's Leo and it's got these other people in it, but it was a lot of the leads, a lot of the major characters in these movies in that movie was black. Tiana Taylor, black. The daughter, Chase Infinite, right? Old girl from Scary Movie was in it, Regina Hall. Like so would you put One Battle After Another up against Sinners at the BET Awards? Would that be a movie that you can put up against? And I feel you. Reason I'm saying that, Lawrence, is I'm talking about as far as the cast goes, because the cast is very diverse, but the cast that carried that movie were black actors and actresses. I want to say black actresses. The black actresses carried that movie. Tiana Taylor at the beginning, Chase Infinite at the end. Now it was bridged with Leo and what's my man well, I can't think of his name right now. Was married to when he married to Madonna. Well, I think he was married to Madonna, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Who I think he won Best Supporting Actor. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, they were kind of, I don't want to say anchored, but they were bridged. But the people who really carried that film at the beginning was Tiana Taylor, and then at the end was Chase Infinite. So I want to say, who would you put, or what movie, what film would you put up against in a BET? BET Awards, Essence Awards, or NAACP, Sean Penn, that's right, Sean Penn, NAACP Awards. What films, do y'all get where I'm coming from? And I'm not saying we're not making films, we are. Black actors and actresses and directors and producers, we're making films. We're making films, right? But then a film like Sinners comes out, and then Sinners is up against a Tyler Perry movie that came out. Y'all get what I'm saying? So I would, when you have a film like a Sinners, it needs to be celebrated on the biggest stage. Celebrate on the biggest stage. Lawrence, you talking about the theme of the movie. I'm just talking about who was in the movie. Lawrence going all in on the movie. Look, man, I feel you, Lawrence. Like, I get that. I get that. But I'm just saying. I'm talking about the people who was in the movie, man. That's it. I'm not talking about the theme of the movie. I'm just talking about the people who was in the movie. Because you got to have, I'm talking about competition. Competition. I remember we was talking about horror, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later of the reason why Sinners didn't win, but we was talking about horror and it being the way that they looking at horror now. I forgot the term that Mika used, like high caliber horror or something like that. High caliber films, or these artsy films, are the films that end up at the Oscars. Am I right? Am I wrong? Like these. Sinners was a high caliber film, right? And for it to really walk into a run, into a sprint the way that it did, from when it came out in May all the way up until, no, it came, I want to say was it May or March that it came out in? Yeah, I know Silence of the Lambs the only picture that won horror film, and I'm gonna get into that. Lawrence, don't jump the gun, bro. Chill out, cuz. Slow down a little bit, Lawrence. Lawrence is like he just read my brain or something, man. Slow down, Lawrence. Slow down. So when you have big buzz, one battle after another, Sinners, I think Frankenstein Best Picture was in there, Begonia, like you got somebody, and I'm gonna tell you this, elevator horror, that's right, Q. I'm gonna tell you this. Sinners was probably the best movie out of let me see if I can, let me find the whole list. That's what I need. I need this whole list. See if I can find, yeah, let me get the whole list of winners and losers. Because I want the list, because that was a best picture. This best picture list was stacked. Begonia, Frankenstein, F1, didn't watch Hamnet, Marty Supreme, The Secret Agent, I don't even know what that is, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams. Now, some of these, them artsy, I don't know what some of those are. I ain't even gonna front. I don't know what some of those are. But Begonia, Frankenstein, F1, Hamnet got a lot of, I don't know why Hamnet got so much. Marty Supreme, Sinners. I think the rest of those films you can knock off. That is a battle. That's a battle. That is a battle. Now, a lot of people are saying that Sinners got snubbed. This is where we get into the meat and potatoes of everything. Because I'm going to start with Best Picture. A lot of people are saying Sinners got snubbed. And you wouldn't necessarily be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong. I believe I'm under the same pretense of Sinners being snubbed. I'm with y'all. Anybody who arguing the fact that Sinners got snubbed and should have beat one battle after another, I am right there with y'all. But I'm going to tell you this, because Lawrence already jumped the gun. Horror films do not win. They just don't win. Sinners had an uphill battle to win. It was a black film directed by a black man, written by a black man, right? Starring black people. And it was a horror film. And like Lawrence said, the last horror film to win was Silence of the Lambs. And I don't even count Silence of the Lambs as a horror film. So in my eyes, there's never been a horror film that won. They look at horror, the voters, and this has always been my argument when it came to criteria and voters and people voting on the Oscars or people voting on these award shows. I think there should be certain categories. Like sometimes you got to break these categories down. Why hasn't a horror movie really won? Because I know Silence, and like I said, Silence of the Lambs to me is not a horror movie. So let's fast forward to now, 2026. Sinners. To me, Sinners checked every box. Should have checked, because I don't know how the voters vote. But in my eyes, Sinners checks every box that a voter should be voting for. Screenplay, dope. We got the best actor, right? Michael B. Jordan, dope. All of these actors in the film, like best cast. Like I don't see what box that was not checked for it to be best picture. But let's see if we can find the criteria. See what the criteria is for best picture in the Oscars, because I want to know what's the criteria. All right, so here's the criteria for to be eligible for best picture. A film must meet specific theatrical, technical, and inclusion standards, and the winner is determined through a preferential voting system by all Academy members, right? These are the eligibility requirements. Theatrical release. The film must have a theatrical run of at least 7 consecutive days. Okay, we checked that box. Matter of fact, came back to theater. It was so popular, came back to theaters. And it's got to be in a commercial theater in either in Los Angeles County or one of 5 other qualifying U.S. metro areas: New York City, the Bay Area, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, with at least 3 screenings per day. Films first shown outside of theaters, such as on TV or streaming, are generally ineligible, though day and date releases are allowed if they meet the theatrical requirements. So that means no movie on streaming is allowed to even be considered if it's first hit streaming before it goes to the theater. So it's got to do 3 days theatrical run, at least 7 consecutive days with one of the 5, or it's got to be in LA or one of 5 other qualifying U.S. metro areas: New York, Bay Area, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, with 3 screenings per day. Right? There go Pam. Y'all follow Pam, man. Y'all follow Pam. The release period. It's another qualifying thing. The qualifying run must occur within the calendar year preceding the awards. Films first exhibited outside the U.S. are eligible if the theatrical run occurred after January 1st of the prior year. Box check. Box check, right? Technical standards. Films must adhere to certain technical presentation standards, including proper format and quality for theatrical exhibition. Coogler showed, he did a whole diatribe showing how he shot the film, what it looked like, the type of film he used, the ratio aspect, all of that. I'm pretty that alone should have got him best picture. Just him as a director explaining how he put the film together, the film he used, why he used this ratio aspect and all of that. Y'all remember when he did that? And we was joking about it, but at the same time, we was looking at it like, damn, dude is really smart. Dude really know what he's talking about. Cuz really is on top of his game, right? That alone to me should have put him at the top of the list, right? I'm not hearing nothing yet to where because these are just eligibility requirements. Representation and inclusion standards, aka RISE. Since 2024, films must complete a confidential RISE form and meet at least 2 of 4 inclusion standards. So you got to have this in a movie. I didn't know this. This is brand new to me. Since 2024, films must complete a confidential RISE form and meet at least 2 of 4 inclusion standards. One lead or significant supporting actor is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. One lead or significant supporting actor is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. Check. Box check, right? Box check. At least 30% of minor role actors from at least 2 underrepresented groups, women, racial or ethnic, LGBTQ plus or disabled. So you got to have at least 30% of minor role actors are from at least 2 underrepresented groups. The main storyline or theme centers on at least 1 underrepresented group. I didn't know that. So the main storyline has to center on it. This is changing how I'm viewing how they do this now. The main storyline or theme centers on at least 1 underrepresented group. So that means I'm gonna have to go, but this since 2024. I want to go back and look at the other winners in a minute and see if that's really how it's going down. That's crazy. Key crew positions: director, cinematographer, editor, producer, include members from underrepresented groups with at least 1 from a racial or ethnic minority. So even the director, cinematographer, editor, producer got to come from at least one of those people, have to be from an underrepresented racial or ethnic minority. Okay, now let's get into the numbers. So those are just being eligible to be even in the thinking of it for people to even vote. So you have to have all those eligibility requirements just for it to be put into the category. Now, once it's into the category, this is how they nominate and vote. Nominations: all active Academy members can nominate films for Best Picture. Unlike other categories, every member votes for Best Picture, not just members of a specific branch. So everybody votes on Best Picture. You don't get to sit out. You don't get to sit out. Everybody votes. Preferential voting. The final winner is determined using a ranked choice preferential ballot system. I wonder what that, it doesn't explain what that is. Does it? Okay. That means members rank up to 10 nominated films from most to least favorite. If no film receives 50% of first choice votes, the film with the fewest votes is eliminated, and its votes are redistributed to the next choice on each ballot. This process repeats until a film surpasses 50% and is declared the winner. So it's like out of those, that's crazy. Members rank up to 10 nominated films, so you get 10 films, least the favorite. They vote on those films. If no film receives 50% of the first choice votes, they vote again and eliminate. Vote again, eliminate. This process repeats until a film surpasses 50%. So you have to get 50% of the vote to be declared a winner. See, now that's making me really look at, because, you know, we be like, what the hell? How did this movie win? And we never really know how they vote or how it's nominated. You know what I'm saying? Number of nominees. Since 2009, the Academy allows a maximum of 10 Best Picture nominees, though the exact number can vary depending on the year. So you have a maximum, there can be a maximum of 10 Best Picture nominees. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this year was kind of stacked because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They were only missing 1. They had 9 Best Picture. Actually, no, they had 10. I ain't even count one about. So they ran the whole gambit. They had all 10. All 10. One battle after another: Begonia, Frankenstein, F1, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. So they had 10 films to vote on. So they put 10 up there. That's That's crazy. So here's the additional considerations. The award goes to the producers of the film and is considered the most prestigious Oscar. Films are evaluated for overall excellence, including storytelling, direction, acting, technical achievement, and cultural impact. Now, see, this is where I look at One Battle After Another and I look at Sinners. One Battle After Another and Sinners on the storytelling front, to me, Sinners edges it out. I don't think One Battle After Another was a bad story, but it was herky-jerky and it was slow at some points and things of that nature. Sometimes if you just came into that movie, I don't know, second act, it would be kind of hard to follow. You wouldn't know what's going on, right? To me, with Sinners, any point in that film, you can just hop in and have a good time and understand what's going on because the storytelling was just that precise. It brought you in, and especially if you watch it from the beginning to the end, it made you grab on to these characters. You know what I'm saying? It made you grab on and gravitate to certain characters you would like, certain characters you would dislike. To me, that's storytelling. Direction. The direction was easy to follow. You know what I'm saying? There was no crazy left turn that ain't have nothing to do with what was going on. To me, with direction and storytelling is rewatchability. People went multiple times. That's the reason why it made the money that it made. Acting. Both of these films had phenomenal acting. Whether you dislike Tiana, you know what I'm saying? Tiana Taylor and the elements of her acting and like Lauren said about what she did in the movie, I think she did a good job of acting. I think Chase Infinity did a good job. Sean Penn. I think everybody in it did a good job of acting. But then there is what Sinners did. And I think Sinners raised the bar in their acting. You know what I'm saying? Sinners raised the bar at that when it comes to acting. Michael B. Jordan played two roles. Not only did he play two roles, but he did them in such a different aspect that if you go back and you watch and you looked at the different mannerisms of each character that he playing twins, you would think that it was actually two people playing those roles. Wunmi, to me, and they probably had her as a supporting actress role. She should have been, was she nominated for best? She should have been nominated for best actress. Who was nominated for best actress? See, she wasn't even on it. To me, she should have been at least nominated for best actress. I thought she killed her role. I thought she really, especially going up against Jesse Buck, this Hamnet. I'm gonna have to go because sometimes I see these movies and I'm like, what is this? This movie, I didn't even see this movie in the theater. Well, I thought one of the criteria was it had to be in the movie theater for so long. Right? I ain't seen no Hamnet. Let's see. Jessie Buckley, she won for Hamnet, but it also had Rose Byrne in it for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson for Song Blue. Renee, I don't even know how to say that. Riencev and Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone and Begonia. Now, the only movie I've seen out of those was Begonia. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I thought Emma Stone did pretty good. But I'm pretty sure Wunmi should be considered, at least nominated for Best Actress in that. Not supporting. She should have been in the Best Actress category. That's just me. But I think she was nominated for Best Supporting. I wonder how do you determine that? Because who would be the main actress in, like, you know what I'm saying? Who would be the main actor? I guess in an ensemble movie like a Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, Delroy Lindo, Wunmi, Haley Stanfield, Miles. If I could nominate Miles Canton as Best Actor, I would have nominated him too. As I would have tried my best to nominate everybody as the best, not a support. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how phenomenal the actors over there with Sinners were. I think you could take any of them and nominate them in the best actor or actress role. Right? I think you could. Let's go back to this criteria. Technical achievement. Technical achievement. Like I said, we saw Ryan Coogler. We saw Cougs do a whole teach us, took us to film school with what he did. He took us to film school, let us know how he shot it, the aspect, like I said, the aspect ratio, color grading, all of that. I don't know the aspect ratio and the color grading of what was the technical achievement in one battle after another. Like, what was the technical achievement? Even if we look at shooting Michael B. Jordan twice because he played twins, I think that's a technical, is that not a technical achievement? Is that not a technical achievement? I'm just asking. To me, Sinners, storytelling, direction, acting, technical achievement, Sinners, every block. Every block. Let's get to the last block. To me, this is the most important block. The most important block to me is cultural impact. Cultural impact. Sinners was talked about. Sinners culturally hit every demo. Every demo. And the reason I'm saying that is because it was so, it hit every, it was so polarized. Whatever side of the fence you hit on, you talked about it. Whether it was good or bad, you talked about it. Now, more people talked about it on a positive than they did on a negative. Everybody talked about the job that Michael B. Jordan did. Everybody tried to decode and decipher this movie. Everybody picked this movie apart with a fine-tooth comb. And when they found something else out about the movie, went back to watched it again, and came back to pick it apart again. And I'm saying pick it apart in a good way. I'm not saying in a bad way. Oh, I found this in it. I found that in it. Oh, man, I gotta go watch it again because I think this is in it. This is a movie that impacted culturally so much that it's gonna be talked about from years. Like, this is one of them when they do a remember, looking back at the Oscars or looking back at this time period, this movie will be talked about. It's gonna be one of them. Sinners is like The Color Purple. Color Purple was nominated back, I think this was when Color Purple, what was it, 86? 86, I want to say. 85 or 86, one of those years. Might have been earlier than that. But Color Purple, people still talking about Color Purple. Color Purple didn't win. The movie that won, don't nobody talk about it. The movie that won, nobody talks about it. And you say, Blue, what movie is that? It's a movie called Out of Africa. A movie called Out of Africa. Meryl Streep, Robert Redford. Abundance, you about to get... I'm about to block you, Abundance. How was Color Purple a terrible? Do you know Color Purple? The reason why I grabbed it, Color Purple was, to me, it was about my family. I saw my, you know what I'm saying? I saw my elders in the Color Purple. I'm from the South, from the deep South, Georgia. Matter of fact, Color Purple was in Georgia, that area. His last name Johnson. My family last name is Johnson. That movie could have been right on about my family. And the thing about it is, Nothing about that movie was out to me was out of bounds. I don't see how that was a terrible film, Abundance. I can't agree with you on that. But either way, Color Purple. Color Purple was nominated, and its cultural impact has resonated for 40 years. 40 years, The Color Purple's cultural impact has resonated. I will ask the people, when was the last time you watched Out of Africa? Meryl Streep, Robert Redford. When is the last time you watched Out of Africa? If you even know what that movie is. You know what I mean? Even if you know what that is. Kevin Johnson, what up, my guy? Kevin in the building. Oh, Kevin with the quote. What you got for me now, Kevin? I know you got a question for me, my guy. What up, man? But it's stuff like that. So cultural impact, to me, out of all of those considerations, storytelling, direction, acting, technical achievement, to me, cultural impact, that's what art is about. That's what art is about. Cultural impact is what art is about. Oscars is celebrating the art of movie making. Why am I even making a movie if it's not culturally impacting anything? You see what I'm saying? Like, why am I even taking my time out to do art if it's not going to have a cultural impact on anything? One battle after another didn't move the culture. It didn't make people sit back and go, It didn't do that at all. Was it a decent film? Sure. Did it move the needle culturally? Hell no. Hell no, it didn't. So I want to let's keep it going. Recent emphasis has been placed on diversity and inclusivity. I think I'm messing up. I'm reflecting broader representation both on screen and behind the scenes. In summary, a film must meet theatrical, technical, and inclusion criteria to be nominated by Academy members and then win through preferential voting to receive the Best Picture Oscar. So with those considerations, they run that first choice votes gambit over and over again until they get votes over 50% for whatever that film is. And I guess that film would win, right? I wonder what if they get like, I guess because it says over. So soon as a film gets over 50, you mean to tell me One Battle After Another got over 50 before Sinners did? That just don't make sense. That just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. I can't see One Battle After Another just during this voting process. I want to just, who in there out of all the members, and how did y'all get 50% of the vote to go after One Battle After Another? No way. I just can't believe that. Just can't believe that, man. Can't believe it. But I did like seeing Tiana Taylor having fun on stage, jumping for joy. I think she put old buddy in the headlock. Like, they was having fun. And I think that's the best thing about it, regardless of you think Color Purple did harm to the black male image? Mr. was I would say Mr. does not represent. If people looked at it like Mr. was the representation of black males, damn. Maybe just because he did such a good job at playing that, I can see where you're coming from. And like D Sizzle just said, as a grown man looking back at it, Mr. was, I wouldn't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I get it. Dude was, but I think that's what made it such a, this is the thing. Who was, I can't remember who, matter of fact, Jamie Lawson. Jamie Lawson was having a discussion about a movie like Color Purple and representation. I mean, Color Purple wasn't her example, but since we're talking Color Purple and representation and black folks, how we don't get the ability to showcase or how we have to play respectability politics, how we got to do, and shout out, and I think Chill them, they live right now, salute to my brother Chillmonger, but playing his game of respectability politics. Everybody gets to put their best or their worst, or run the spectrum of what stories they want to tell, what stories, you know what I'm saying? But we, for some reason, I mean, it's not for some reason, it's because we let them run with our narrative for so long and making us look bad in a bad light. But now when it's time for us to tell our stories, we're looking at it like, come on, man, that's bad representation. That's bad representation. That's bad representation. And I get it, but I also agree with her that we should be afforded to tell our stories, whether they good stories or bad stories, whether they showing us in, whether we telling a story about a mister, right? Like, that story does need to be told. You know what I mean? Dre, what up?
What's up? I'm at work, so I might sound like a Decepticon or whatever. But I just want to say what's up. That's it.
I just want to say what's up, man. What's your, because I didn't get a chance to, I came on the stream earlier when you went live this morning. I came in late. Your thoughts on Michael B. Jordan winning, and your thoughts on one battle after another winning, real quick, if you can. Damn, did he come in and leave that fast? Drake came in and left, he gone. Okay. Drake came and said what up, and then he out. I thought I was gonna get more from him. What was I at? But yeah, not having the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't get the opportunity to tell our, is he back? Joe, you back? Drake. I don't know if he's back. I'm gonna leave him up on the screen just in case he's back. But we don't get the real opportunity to tell the stories that we want to tell and have fun with and run everything, right? And this color, and I'm liking this discussion, or I forgot who brought it up, about, you know, bad representation of a black male due to Color Purple. And I agree with y'all. It's not putting us as a black male in the best light. You know what I'm saying? It's not putting us in the best light as far as okay, that's what's up, Drake. Drake said his signal is trash to where he'll come back, try a little later. Okay, that's what's up. And I totally agree with you. Like, Color Purple did not put the black male figure in the best light. But that's a story that needs to be told so we don't be Mr., right? So we have an example of what not to be on the screen. Because I think Jamie Lawson was speaking on what Lawrence was talking about earlier with and I see a lot of, even out after I watched, I was like, man, come on, man. Why she got to play that role? Why Tiana Taylor got to play that role? But it's not a black woman out there that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that really happen. These are things that really happen. We don't always have to, we need to find a way to make great films without great stories, whether they're cautionary tales, whether they're us just having fun, whether it's us being in space in the future, whether it's us just a feel-good coming of age movie, whether it's Friday, whether, you know what I'm saying, whether we do our own Pineapple Express or our own old school, just, you know what I'm saying, popcorn film, our own action movie, we should be allowed to hit every spectrum. Not just, oh, we got to be represented in a certain light. Oh no, man. Why he ain't got on a 3-piece suit and working in Wall Street or whatever? Because that ain't the story that the artist or the creative wanted to tell. Right? That ain't what they wanted to tell. They wanted to tell this story about Mr. who did bad things with these little girls in a time to where back then when it was not frowned upon for him to do things like that. They wanted to tell that story and say, look how we came from this to where we are now. Don't be that dude. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. We don't get a lot of black trauma films. I know it might seem like it, but we don't get a lot. I guarantee you we get more films. They just not on at the theaters. They just not on the big screen. Right? They just not on the big screen. You know we get what films I'm tired of? I'm tired of everything being dope dealer, shoot 'em up, women twerking, selling ass and all. That's the films that I see more of, not black trauma films. And I ain't even gonna front. I'm in a lot of those type of films, but those are the films that we see all the time. And they're not good, well thought out. See, I'm gonna tell you this. If you had a good, well thought out film, trauma or not, it'll be good. And everybody should have the right to critique said film, but I guarantee it'll be good. I guarantee if somebody came out with the Color Purple, as we're going through it right now and talking about it, it ain't a bad film. You can critique the character in it, but is it really a bad film? And y'all know it was directed by a Jewish guy, this, that, and the third. I get it. But was it a bad film? Did Whoopi Goldberg play the hell out of her role? Did Danny Glover play the hell out of his role? Was the story good? Did it make you hate Danny Glover? That's good storytelling. That's good filmmaking. Did it make you think, damn, was it really like that back in the early 19, you know what I'm saying? Mid 19, what was that? 1910, 1920, something like that. Whatever year that was. (1930s), I want to say. Like with stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like it should make you Films like that should make you curious as to why you don't like it, or curious to why you do like it. To make you go do research. Hey, back in the early 1900s, was they really getting down like this? And the thing is, because y'all are absolutely right, we need to do all of that. We got space to do it, but I'm gonna tell you this too, though. It's about making money. It's about making money. What is gonna sell? Because at the end of the day, yes, I want to tell this story. I want to make art, but are y'all gonna show up for Homeboys in Outer Space? Y'all showing up for Homeboys in Outer Space? Because we didn't show up back in the day. You know what I mean? Are we gonna show up? Because we say that a lot, but are we gonna show up? Are we gonna show up for Homeboys in Space? Are we gonna show up for FBA Future Force or whatever you want to call it? You know what I mean? Are we gonna show up for this stuff? And then when I say show up, I'm talking about putting the money into it, going to actually whether it's buying t-shirts and merch and making the stuff so it's actually more than just a TV show. Or are you just gonna be like, you know what? That looked dope, but I'll wait for it on streaming. Because that's what happens. Like a lot of our shows or our movies go to the theater, get in there real quick, and then they boom on streaming. But guess what? By that time, the money is either made or lost. By the time it hits streaming, money is either made or lost. And that studio or that production company has made its mind on whether to do that again or whether to put their money back into that person who's making the movie. Right? That's just how it is. Xavier Phoenix said, I'm there for FBA Future Force. Dre, let's do it, man. Homeboys in Outer Space. Let's go. Me and Dre gonna be doing Homeboys in Outer Space, man. We did. We complained about the show and we ain't seen. Well, Tina, I'm gonna say this. Flex did go on and try to give us Michael Jackson, right? He did do that. He did do that. And I'm with you. Who just said? I just saw movies like The Wood, a coming of age movie like The Wood. It's movies like that are still being made. And it might not be to that quality, but movies like that are still being made. The thing is, now you got to go through so much bad stuff on a Tubi or an Amazon or wherever, you know what I'm saying? Because people are just making movies and uploading these things. And they're not real filmmakers. Everybody is looking for the next lick, the next hit, the next scam or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like music. Everybody's a rapper now. Everybody's a producer. You know what I mean? Now we got so easy with making movies. Everybody's a movie maker now. Everybody's a director. Everybody's a filmmaker. Everybody want to be an actor. Everybody's a content creator. So when you're looking for a Wood, a Boomerang, a Boys in the Hood, a Menace to Society, a South Central, and I'm gonna tell you this: some of those movies, South Central probably would have been what we would have considered a Tubi movie back then. To me, it's a classic. Boys in the Hood, same thing. Boys in the Hood would probably be a Tubi movie. Classic, right? The Wood. A lot of those movies, since it was only one, we showed up for it because it was only one. On the comedy side, two can play that game. We showed up for that. It was only one. Friday. It was only one, you know what I'm saying? One of it's, and that's the bad thing. And I think Draven spoke about it. Like there can only be one type rule. So we can only have one black movie in the theaters at one time. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time. Because it's like, okay, well, boom, it's a movie. I can go watch it. It's black. I'm going to go watch it. We can support it. And it was easier. To me, it was kind of easier to do back in the 90s, early 2000s. Because studios and production companies was putting money into these type of films. Now, not so much. And the reason why, because you don't have those production companies no more. You don't have those small niche studios no more. There is no secondary market for a film like that. Ain't no secondary. You know what I'm saying? If there was, if Warner Brothers did a Wood, a movie like Wood again, dang, it's make or break first week. Make or break first week. If it doesn't make whatever its financial goal that it's supposed to make, don't be looking for another Wood. Don't be looking for another Best Man. Don't be looking for none of that, because you won't get it, because it didn't make it in the first week. Back in the day, you had a secondary market. Shit, you probably had a third market. It hit theaters. It'd go to rental. And then it was home theater. So you had 3 chances to make money. And they actually put marketing behind making money at every stop that picture went through. They don't do that no more. But let's get back to these Oscars. Y'all done got me run off on a tangent. Let's get back to these Oscars, man. Get back to these Oscars. Are we done with Best Picture? Y'all want to? Are we do? Are y'all with me on One Battle After Another should not have won? But the reason why it won is, I didn't explain to y'all the reason why it won. For one thing, Warner Brothers was on a tear. Like, it was either going to be Sinners or One Battle After Another. That's just how it was going to be. It couldn't be Sinners because Sinners was a horror movie. Not only was it a horror movie, it was a black movie. Not only was it a black movie, it was directed by a black. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had everything going against it. It hit every check mark and won at every check mark. But the main thing that it had going against it was a black horror movie. That is the reason why. That's the reason why it did not beat One Battle After Another. Okay. Because it was a black horror film. Horror films already are not going to win anything. Then you add black on top of that? Man, go somewhere, bro. Come here, One Battle After Another. Come on, One Battle After Another. So let's get into Michael B. Jordan winning Best Actor. He was up against Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, and Wagner Moura. And to me, that was easy. Timothée Chalamet, young guy, he still got the opportunity to win, and I think he'll go on a tear sooner rather than later in the awards. Leo, I don't want to say he phoned it in One Battle After Another, but he was just Leo. You know what I'm saying? He was just doing Leo's. He was just being Leo. Like, Leo's a dope actor. You know what I mean? Like, and he was just being Leo. He didn't do too much. He didn't do too little. He just acted. But Michael B. Jordan playing Smoking Stack in Sinners was pinnacle acting for the year. Like, hands down, I don't see one way. Like, I don't even know how you would putting him up against everybody in that category, of course. And I think everybody in that category kind of was like, yeah, we ain't winning this one, big dog. We not winning this one. This one going to Michael B. If they were real, you know, actors and really supported, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I play basketball. I'm, you know, in the sports and things of that nature. I know when the guy is really him, right? I know when the guy is really him. You look over, you be like, yeah, man. Now you deserve that. MVP is yours. That's yours, man. I know I was dope too, but that MVP is yours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Actress Amy Madigan in Weapons. I'm not mad at this one. I'm not mad at this. She played, what was her name? I forgot her name in Weapons. I'm not mad, but I think Wunmi was better in Sinners than what she did in Weapons. I think everybody in Weapons acted their ass off. Aunt Gladys, yeah. She played Aunt Gladys. I'm not mad at her being nominated. But to beat Wunmi out, I can't see Aunt Gladys. And I know at the end, everybody liked that little scene at the end. The thing, and you know what was crazy? Weapons was like the white version of Sinners, if you really think about it. Like, Weapons was like the white version of Sinners. It was Sinners light. Sinners white, right? And I don't mean like storytelling wise, but just because Sinners and Weapons was a Warner Brothers film too, right? Weapons was a Warner Brothers film too, if I'm correct. Let me see, double check real quick. Yep, Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers was just on the tear, man. Warner Brothers was on the tear. They was like killing. But I just don't see. Y'all let me know who Aunt Gladys, Amy Madigan, or Wunmi from Sinners. I gotta go with Wunmi. But I think it was some other I think Haley, well, she only thinks she was nominated. Was she nominated anything? Haley Stanfield, I think, should have been nominated. At least nominated. I wonder, can you nominate multiple people end up on the same list? Yeah, because Best Supporting Actor got two of the same people on there. And okay, here go the one that I think was a battle for me. Best Supporting Actor. Best Supporting Actor was a battle. Dre said he picking Aunt Gladys. You picking Aunt Gladys, man, over Wunmi? Oh man, Dre, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm picking. But this is a battle. And I think it's a three-way battle. Best Supporting Actor to me was a three-way battle. Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, and Delroy Lindo. I think that's a three-way battle. And I think you put them three in the ring. I want to give the edge to Delroy because I think when I think of what he did, the culture, like I'm going back to cultural impact. I kind of want to get the edge over Sean Penn, who won, but I'm not mad at Sean Penn winning for one battle after another. He played the hell out of that racist ass dude. But Delroy played the hell out of Delta Slim. And then I don't even know Benicio del Toro's character in one battle after another. But I liked his character. But I think he would be the weaker out of the three. But he did a dope ass job. But I'm not mad at Sean Penn winning. But my vote would have been for Delroy. My vote would have been for Delroy. Off of cultural impact alone. Because I think the acting, both of them acted their ass off. But I don't know if culturally Sean Penn's character hits the way Delroy Lindo's character hit. You know what I mean? So for me, my vote would have been for Delroy. I just think he had layers upon layers upon layers. Like, I don't know if he went and studied Delta Slim or if he knew a Delta Slim, if Delta Slim was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really embodied that role. He really brought that to life. Sean Penn in one battle after another. And Sean Penn, I think, has won an Academy Award already before. Didn't he win for Milk? I want to say he won for Milk. So Sean Penn is dope actor. Dope actor. But yeah, I think Delroy should have got this one. This is, you know what? And I'm a sidetrack for a little bit. I think a lot of this, I think there's a lot of politics involved in, well, not I think, I know it's a lot of politics involved. It's a lot of these could have went because Sinners was nominated. I forget, they was nominated in damn near every category. Was something to do with Sinners in every category, seems like. And if Sinners would have damn near ran, I think it would have been a lot of backlash. Because at the end of the day, let's go down a real quick, like Best Picture. Sinners could have easily won that. Matter of fact, we just made the argument that Sinners could have won that. Best Actress, was Sinners nobody was nominated Best Actress, which I think, that don't even make sense to me. That shit is wild that there was no Best Actress nominee from Sinners in that. That's wild to me. Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan did win, right? Just keep moving. Best Supporting Actress, Wunmi could have won that. She could have won. Supporting Actor, Delroy could have won. Best Director, they gave it a one battle after another with Paul Thomas Anderson over Ryan Coogler with Sinners. That's another thing that I don't understand that. So to me, they're trying to say that one battle after another was directed better than what Ryan Coogler did with Sinners. That musical scene, the way he directed that musical scene, you know what I mean? The way he directed that musical scene, and one battle after another was not directed bad, but I think Ryan Coogler did a better job. Film editing was one battle after another, one film editing. But Sinners was nominated. Could Sinners win for editing? I'm not an editor like that, so I don't know necessarily to look for cuts and jumps and things of that nature. I don't know, but I think it probably could have been a battle. Best sound with the F1, Sinners was nominated. Watched F1 for best sound. I don't know if this is best, like how it sounded, You know what I'm saying? Or what? But I could see Sinners taking that too, right? Best visual effect. Avatar Fire and Ash won. That one, nah, I can't. I'm gonna just leave that. They won that outright. They won that outright. But this would be a toss-up. Avatar Fire and Ash, F1 I thought had good visual effects. Jurassic World had good visual effects. Sinners, there was not a lot of, well, no, I would say Sinners had good visual effects. I don't even know what the Lost Bus is, but 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 5 nominated could have been a toss-up to me. Right? Could have been a toss-up. Dre saying F1 had dope sound, and I'm with F1 had dope sound. Like, I'm not mad at F1 winning. I'm just want to showcase you that Sinners would have put up a good fight. Sinners probably did put up a good. It might have went 49-51 for the voting process, right? Could have been that. But you know what? Another thing too. Everybody does not vote on these. Everybody votes on best picture, but everybody does not vote on these other things. And I wonder why that is, or I wonder who, like, do sound guys vote on this? Visual effects guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, out of the voters, I wonder who actually picks and chooses, and I wonder how many votes you get. You know what? It's another thing we need to look up. Do another little lesson real quick. Oscars voting rules. Let's see how they do this. So who votes for the Oscars? There are over 10,000 members of the Academy, with individuals split into 17 branches, including actors, who are the biggest branch, directors, writers, costume designers, and even publicists. Of those 10,000 members, just under 10,000 end up voting for this. So just under 10,000 end up voting for the Academy Awards. The members who don't vote for the Oscars have emeritus status. I don't even know what that means. While it's very tempting to look at history to judge how the Academy might feel about a particular current contender, it's worth noting that the Academy has greatly increased its membership over the past 12 years. In 2012, revealed the Academy had about 5,800 members at that time, to now have more than 10,000. How does the voting work? At the nomination stage, is relatively simple. The Academy uses branch voting to select 24 category nominees. This is up one from 2025, thanks to the addition of best casting. That means actors vote for actors. Here we go. Actors vote for actors. Directors vote for directors. Composers vote for composers, and down the line. That answers my question. If an Academy branch doesn't have a corresponding category, those branch members only vote for best picture. So I guess a publicist can't vote for best actor, director, whatever. They can only vote for best picture because they don't have a corresponding category. Are the people who only vote for best picture nominees? Every Academy member only with voting privileges votes for best picture. How are the Oscar nominees chosen? We know how they chose. Ballot work. How does the Oscar? So there you go. So the corresponding, if you're a director, you will vote for directors. If you're a actor, you vote for actors, so forth and so on. So I guess I'm not mad at that, but to go back to where the list at. Let's go back to the list. To look at this list, and like I said, I'm not the VFX guy. I'm not a visual effect guy. I guess if I was, I would probably vote for Avatar, right? I'd be like, yeah, that's a James Cameron don't play no games over there, right? So I will vote for that. And best casting is new. I wonder what that's. Best casting. How would you even? I guess just looking at the cast. And let me ask y'all, chat, what's the best out of these people? One battle after another, or out of these nominees, one battle after another, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners, and The Secret Agent. Who do you think would have the better cast? Or who do y'all feel has the better cast? The winner was one battle after another. That cast was very diverse. Very, very diverse. So I'm not necessarily mad at the casting. I think, like I said, everybody played their roles well. Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Secret. I would go one battle after another. Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, The Secret Agent. That's how I would rank them. So I'm one battle after another, I think was cast well. I wonder should we look up the criteria? Is everything to say Sinners? Dre say y'all saying Sinners? Okay. How do they vote on best? Let's see. Cause I want to know how they. I'm curious with everything now, man. Going into this. I want to know now. So this is the process for best casting. The casting directors branch within the Academy determines nominees based on the preference for up to 10 films. Voting occurs. Secret online ballots. Nominees are announced during a live nomination announcement. The new category for best casting was established. Blah blah blah. Now I want to know what made the. Maybe it's so new they don't even want to tell us yet because I don't see the rules. So they're not showing me the rules or what's the criteria on it. Let's see. Criteria will be determined by casting directors branch within the Academy. Nominees will be selected by casting directors who vote in order of their preference for up to 10 films, with only these receiving the highest number of votes eligible for nomination in a new category. Yeah. So it's not telling me what. I guess it's just based off of, hey, I'm a director, and that's it. I guess it ain't got to meet, these things. It ain't got to meet it. It's just voting. What else we got? So everything. So Sinners was damn near in everything. I'm surprised Ruth E. Carter didn't win Best Design. She been racking them up. But I give it. Frankenstein was dope. I think the costume design of Frankenstein was dope. Frankenstein was also a pretty decent, pretty good movie. I enjoyed it, so I'm not mad at that. The Smashing Machine got a nomination for Best Makeup. So all in all, with the Oscars, how do y'all feel? Do y'all think going through everything now, do y'all still feel it was snubbed? And I'm gonna ask Dre this too, because Dre did the whole Oscars being snubbed thing this morning. Do y'all think that running through that criteria, what we just did, do you believe that Sinners was snubbed? And looking at how they do that criteria, do you think one battle after another fits that criteria? And then add in my personal thing about how it's a black horror film and horror films are just looked down upon by the Academy, right? Because that's really the big thing. Like horror films are just looked down upon. Action films, like it's certain films that just will never. A Marvel movie will never get a Best Picture award. An action film never get a Best Picture award. Horror film never get one. Maybe if it's elevated horror. Maybe. Like I said, Silence of the Lambs to me was not a horror film. It was more like psychological thriller or whatever, but they want to call it horror. Cool. It was the last thing to win that would be in the horror category. You know? The only reason why it was Oscar bait was because of the director, though. And she was nominated again. She was nominated for Best Director, Chloe Zhao. She did Hamnet. That's the only reason why it was Oscar bait. And to tell you the truth about the Eternals, it looked, if it was a movie that I would think from Marvel that would win, it probably would be Eternals. Eternals was an Oscar, like I said, Oscar bait. Eternals was a movie that was like, yeah, I could see it winning Best Picture. It looks good. Or the Chloe Zhao winning Best Director. I can see something like that happen. Even though it was the middle of the pack, it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't a great movie. So did Lord of the Rings win Best Picture? Let me see. I thought he had just won like Best Director. But I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me see. You might be right. I think you might be right, brother. See, The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King won the Academy Award for Best. Yeah, you're right. 2004. Return of the King. Let's see how many action movies won at the Oscars before we get up out of here. Let's see. It's probably not a lot. I forgot about Everything Everywhere All at Once. I forgot about that. So here it's 8. So out of Best, it's 8. It's only been 8 action movies that's won Best Picture. Wings back in 1927. Braveheart 95. Damn, Braveheart won. Okay. Ben-Hur in 59. Platoon in 86. The French Connection in 71. Gladiator did win. I'm over here looking, foot all in my mouth. I'm take everything back. But normally action movies don't win. Gladiator in 2000. Everything Everywhere All at Once in 2022. And Lord of the Rings, Return of the King in 2003. Those were all the action movies out of the damn near 100 years of the Oscars. It's been like 100 years they've been doing it. 100 years. Sheesh. That's crazy. Now he's saying Crash. You didn't like Crash? Crash was funny. Crash was funny to me because Ludacris and Terrence Howard. And then because you watch, which one did Crash or did which one came first? The Hard, what, I can't even think of the movie now. Hard for a Pimp, Hard Out Here for, what was the damn name of that damn movie, man? Why am I be drawing a blank sometimes? But just watching, you know what I'm saying? It's like they had to get revenge on each other. He beat me up in this movie, so I'm gonna beat him up in that movie. I thought that was just funny to me. I thought Crash was pretty dope, man. I thought Crash was pretty dope. They went on a run. They went on a run. Am I thinking the wrong movie? Traffic, or am I thinking Crash? I might be thinking the wrong movie. It was Crash, right? Crash was with hold on. Now I gotta go look. Now y'all missed y'all. It was Crash, right? I thought so. Yeah, Crash was with that. Yeah. Why he brought? What was? Because Traffic was with Traffic was. What was Traffic? Traffic wasn't Rhodey in Traffic? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Don. Yeah, you got me thinking. Yeah, why'd somebody say Traffic? Throwing me all the way off. But yeah. Either way, but those are the Oscars, man. Those were the winners and the losers. To me, this is what I want to say about Sinners to wrap all this up in a bow. Sinners won the award season. They won the award season. But it also lost the award season. and this is gonna sound crazy. And this is my LeBron James hate, but the Oscars is now like the LeBron James of the movies. It's a champion, multiple time champion has won, but it's lost more than it's won. Right? And I hate saying that. But the Sinners is now the LeBron James. And I know I'm gonna get killed. Sinners is the LeBron James of movies because it was nominated. It went to the dance all of those times, and it lost a lot. I hate saying this. And y'all can kill me. Y'all can kill me if y'all want to, man. I won't even be mad if y'all kill me for that. But I just wanted to say that it won, and it's a winner and it's a loser. Sinners is because it did have a good. It did go on a good award season run. It did go on a good award season run, but with all of those nominations, and I think it only walked away with 4 of them. I think it was the most nominated film in Oscar history. Matter of fact, it's got the same wins as LeBron. Let me stop, man. Hey, that's been the Blurred AF. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I appreciate y'all for joining. Yeah, I was a one-man band tonight. It's okay, man. Salute to Mika. Salute to Dre. And I appreciate y'all coming and kicking it with me. I really do. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me, man. And we'll be back next month. Y'all check out Dre in the morning. I'm pretty sure Dre gonna be able to do something in the morning. I don't know what he got, but I know he's cooking up something. And Mika is still out here working. I think she might even be doing a live again. You know what I'm saying? She might even be doing a live again. And I'm with you, D Stizzle. Yeah, he needs to just continue doing original IP, man. I think he really works well with IP that he controls and things of that nature, man. So y'all check me tomorrow. Blues News tomorrow. I might skim over this a little bit tomorrow, or whatever, but we might be talking some Spider-Man tomorrow. I seen some Spider-Man news. I think the trailer's supposed to be coming Wednesday. You know, things of that nature. So, and I'm gonna be shitting on the Snyderverse probably tomorrow. Probably shit on the Snyderverse tomorrow. Them dudes be getting on my nerves, man. As much as I like Zack Snyder and that Justice League, them people there, man. Them Snyder writers. But yeah, you ain't gotta go home, but you got to get the hell out of it. That's for tomorrow, man. Hey, y'all, peace, man. Vibe higher, all that good stuff. We up out of here, man. Blurred AF. Peace. And we are out. Check us out next Monday. Out of here. Oh, hold on. That's it. Where's my outro at? Where is my outro? Like Dre be saying, where my outro at?